You're You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
And good morning, 7 o'clock, getting us started on this good old Valentine's Day. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day or do you not? That is the question here this morning. And if you do celebrate Valentine's Day, do you have any traditions? So fire away on the chat here this morning. If you're joining us on social media and or YouTube, let me know if you do traditions and or if you celebrate Valentine's Day. I know some of us just do not like the holiday, but we should all like the beautiful sunrise that's taking shape here this morning. That's a live look at crystal clear skies to get our day started. A really nice, quiet start to the day. When you look at the big picture pattern, we do have a storm system on the way. It's bringing in some, wintry weather across the northern tier, the high plains, the Great Lakes, and out across the west coast. As of right now, nice quiet conditions here around the southeastern U.S. thanks to a nice ridge of high pressure that's dominating the weather pattern. Now, notice as we head through the day tomorrow, there's a weak cold front on the way. That's going to spill in just a few clouds, a little bit of a breeze. It doesn't do much, maybe a sprinkle here or there. But another storm system as we wrap up the week and start the weekend, albeit it doesn't look like it's going to cause any major issues. So good news to pass along. If you got to get out on the roadways this morning, we are going to highlight those TDOT cameras and check in on your forecast so you can enjoy the day. But again, the question this morning is, do you celebrate Valentine's Day? And if you do you have any traditions that you've done for years? Let me know. I'll fire away and let you know about our traditions coming up here in just a moment. And good morning, everyone. I see the chat is firing up here this morning. All right, here we go. So live look there at 40 and paper mill traffic, and volume of traffic is running smoothly so far, so no major issues here to get the day started. Looked all the way from Tri-City to Chattanooga and right here in Knox County and surrounding counties, and it does not appear to be any major issues this morning. All right, temperatures are trending a little bit colder here this morning than what we were yesterday, about 5 to 10 degrees colder. So when you look at the numbers, yeah, it's chilly. We're going to need the jackets here this morning. We're in the 20s and 30s. A little bit of frost forming in some of those low-lying sheltered areas, but other than that, not a big deal. We do have clear skies, but because we have clear skies, we have a little bit of fog forming across the area. So keep that in mind across parts of eastern Knox County, right around Kodak to Jefferson City, up towards Union and Granger County, and then the Claiborne County as well. So that's about the extent of it so far this morning. Got a change of those weather graphics coming up here in just a moment to celebrate the Valentine's Day holiday. Here's your weather headlines. A chilly start, sunny and warmer weather expected today. Partly cloudy and not bad on Thursday, although it is going to be dry, but I say partly cloudy because the clouds will be increasing thanks to a weak, dry cold front. There is a shot of rain and snow Friday night into Saturday morning. Not a huge weather maker, and the snow is going to be for the higher elevations, but again, I'll take you through that forecast here in a moment. And it's going to be chilly and sunny on into our Sunday. Really? Look at those graphics. Nice Valentine's Day graphics here this morning, right? We start off in the 30s. By noon, we're going to warm into the low 50s. Kids heading home from school will be in the upper 50s, and that's really going to be the goal throughout the day today. And if you have dinner plans here tonight for Valentine's Day, we'll talk about that. But high temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s, so that's above average, about 5 or 8 degrees or so. And if you have dinner plans tonight, don't forget the jackets, okay? And gentlemen, use your manners with those ladies, right? By 6, we're at 53, 8 o'clock, 47, and down into the low 40s by 10 o'clock tonight. And if you do have dinner plans, hopefully you made some reservations, because I know this is the night that, you kind of need some reservations at some of those nicer restaurants if that's what you end up doing. All right, overnight lows tonight, dropping to the 30s, so another chilly start to the day tomorrow. We'll start off with mostly clear skies. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow to start. Not that it's not going to be a bad day to end the day, but we do have the clouds that will be on the increase. So sunny to start, cloudy to end the day as this cold front swings our way. So you can see how we head through the day on Thursday. Here comes this cold front. Again, maybe a sprinkle here or there. That should be about the extent of it, but the clouds will stick with us as we get into our Friday morning. They'll break up a little bit on Friday afternoon and then increase again Friday night as our next wave of energy moves its way on in. So Thursday, we're at 61. We're going to be in the low 60s again on Friday, but kind of taking a little bit of a nosedive as we get into the weekend. Saturday, we'll see those temps dip down into the mid-40s. So it is going to be a chilly weekend, but the snow is not going to be a major player. When we're talking precipitation-wise, we're looking at anywhere from a tenth to a quarter of an inch of precipitation, some in the form of rain, some not so much, as we head through the upcoming weekend. Again, that's basically going to be Friday night into Saturday morning. And notice that chance for rain, only about a 10 to 20%. Yeah, why? Well, because most of it's going to happen while we're sleeping Friday night and Saturday morning. So it'd kind of like not really do you a good service if I put the elevated rain chances for those days, because you look at the percentages. But I always tell you, don't look at the percentages and think that's the whole story. That's not the whole story. It doesn't tell you timing, duration, and or intensity. But I want to show you the big picture and how this all plays out. So Friday morning is where we'll pick up our timeline on our regional forecast. High pressure breaks down to the southeast. Here comes that frontal boundary. As we stop the clock Friday night at 7 o'clock, we'll have some rain showers swinging their way on into the area sometime around Friday night, early Saturday morning. Some models have a little bit colder air swinging a little bit further south, which would mean that we get a slightly better chance for maybe some light snow showers across the horseshoe, the classic horseshoe, my friends. So light snow across the plateau and the mountains, and that really should be about the extent of it. Again, not a huge rainmaker, tenth to quarter of an inch of precipitation just in general. When you switch over to the snowfall product, most of the snow is going to be across, like, say, Louisville, Lexington, over into West Virginia, and also Northern Virginia. But a little bit of wraparound, a little bit of moisture, a little precipitation in the form of some light snow showers. As I mentioned, it is going to be colder as we get into the weekend. So we'll stay above average all the way through Friday. Saturday, Sunday, we're taking a little bit of a nosedive. But at least it's not going to be rainy and not all snowy or anything like that. We'll have plenty of sunshine, I think, Saturday afternoon and through the day on Sunday. And then temperatures back into the mid-50s as we get into the middle part of next week. Those are forecast highs, but low temperatures, yeah, it is definitely going to be on the chillier side. So many of you have been asking, and we have had the conversation here through the morning hours, on Wake Up with Witcher about the extended forecast. And I've responded to a few of you on social media saying, well, I thought it was supposed to get crazily cold by the end of February. Well, maybe not the case. When you look at the Climate Prediction Center's forecast for temperatures anyways, the 20th through the 24th, so this would be your 6 to 10 day outlook, and then your 8 to 14 day outlook will maybe even warmer temperatures. So this never tells you everything. This just gives you probabilities of, do we see above average? And we're kind of on the cusp there. So I would say, generally speaking, we're going to be right around average, maybe trending a little bit warmer than average as we round out the month of February. But I will tell you this. I've looked at some of the latest model guidance looking way out in time, and it does seem that the forecast may be a little bit active as we get into the start of March. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be rain or snow or cold or whatnot, but active weather, I should say. Looks like we're going to get some lows that may start triggering and swinging across much of the Appalachian region, which could be in the form of snow, could be in the form of some heavy rain, maybe even some strong thunderstorms, because obviously as we start to get into March, we'll start to get into a severe weather season. And so we'll be highlighting that. And of course, we do have Severe Weather Awareness Week coming up here shortly as well. So I'll keep you posted on that. All right, so I asked this morning on the for you to post on chat. A, do you celebrate Valentine's Day? And B, do you have any traditions? So let's go to the chat and say hi to everybody, see how everyone's doing this morning. I'm donning my pink this morning to celebrate Valentine's Day. Why not, right? The kids are off to school. My wife did a great job this morning. I cooked them heart-shaped pancakes. They had some bacon. And, of course, they got some stuffed animals and some Valentine's Day candy just to get their day started. And you know they're going to come home with a lot more as they celebrate Valentine's Day at school. And I will tell you that our tradition that my wife and I have been doing now, this will be our 17th year of doing it, that we either do lobster or crab. Now, we don't go out. We've only gone out for lobster or crab a couple of times when we couldn't find it here in town. But this year, and we started off with lobster because I grew up in Maine. I love lobster. My wife likes lobster as well. So I started the tradition when we started dating and saying on Valentine's Day, this is what we do. And we've done it ever since. When we had kids, we switched over to crab legs, king crab legs, because it was a lot easier to deal with like little babies over here and try to enjoy some sort of a Valentine's Day dinner. Lobster's a mess, and it takes a lot more time. But to be honest with you, after we switched over to king crab legs, it's kind of like, I kind of like king crab legs maybe even better than lobster. Don't get me wrong. I love me some lobster. But King crab legs, a little bit more succulent, a little sweeter. And then we just all end up in a coma by the end of the day with just loaded with butter. Mm-hmm. But we're going to be doing some fillets and crab legs here for dinner tonight. So I'll be posting that on social. So check it out. So let's go to the chat and see how everyone's doing this morning. Chris says he's allergic to Valentine's. All right, fair enough. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Julie. Julie said she's going to be joining us for the meet and greet. Did you see that on social media? I did post it. Meet and greet. It is in the Hardin Valley area. So it would be Orange Hat West is the location that it's going to be at. March 8th from 6 to 8 o'clock at night. Little meet and greet. Let's have a good time and hang out together. Happy Valentine's Day to you, April and Katrina. Yes, it's coffee time, my friend. My coffee's just almost done. Now it's cold coffee. I don't have a pink cup. Still with the orange cup this morning. And no Witchers, wake up with Witcher cups or anything like that yet. Still working on it. It's a process to try to get some merch going. But good morning, Linda and Tina. Sure hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Pat says, darn right cold right now in La Follette this morning. But happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Katrina says, no dinner plans, have to work. Boo! But you can celebrate it another day. We've not always celebrated on Valentine's Day. Either I've worked, she's worked, or, they didn't have any lobster or crab, and so we had to wait for it. Let's see. Sandra says, good morning, Mike, and all from Jefferson City. Happy Valentine's Day. We stayed home. I would fix a nice supper. My husband was one that didn't wait more than 15 minutes for a table at the evening, his favorite restaurant. My first one without him. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Sandra. I'm so sorry for your loss. We were thinking about you today. Hopefully you can get out and try to enjoy the day. Maybe celebrate your late husband. Maybe go treat yourself to a nice Valentine's Day dinner, or maybe go to the same restaurant tonight that you celebrated with him for so many years. That would just, gives me chills. Wish I could join you. Wish you could join us. But I sure hope you have a great Valentine's Day. So Lee says, my daughter's school, Christian Academy, celebrates I may say this wrong, Agape Day and focus on God's never-ending love for us. That's amazing. Kimberly says she's on her own for dinner tonight. Her husband works. That's okay. You guys can celebrate another day. Maybe you just do it on a Friday night or a Saturday night, right? Because sometimes it's hard to do during the weekday anyways. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Donna, from the Glendale Greenback area. Brenda, happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Thanks, Eva. She says she likes my tie this morning. Nice little bright pink tie, isn't it? Debbie, good morning to you from Cumberland Heights. She goes, I celebrate Valentine's Day. Tina says yes to king crab legs. Can't go wrong with those. I mean, you just can't. The price is up there, right? There are certain places here in town that the price is just crazy expensive. But we found them, I think we found them for like $24, $25 a pound, which really in the grand scheme of things is not that bad. If you go out to a restaurant, you're going to spend $75 on a pound of king crab legs, right? At least $75. We got a pound for like $27. It's not bad. And you only need like one crab leg, right? I can't tell you how many times over the years we were like, okay, we each need one each and maybe a little extra just in case. Make salad, make steak, eat the crab legs. By the time you're done with that 1 pound crab leg, you're like full. Like, I don't want that salad. And you're just overloaded with butter anyway. So, well, it is the season because that's what we're going to do tonight. Bobby Johnson's back this morning. 3rd day in a row, baby. Nice. Alex says, we've already celebrated last Saturday. So what'd you guys do, Alex? Anything fun? Did you do anything special? Do you have a special restaurant that you do? Rock lobster and king crab leg is the best. So he says, Buck says, in December, they had a 50% off king crab legs. What a fantastic holiday treat. No doubt about that, right? And we get ours at Costco. Not that I'd like to help support some local businesses, but I just can't pay $75 for a pound of king crab legs. I just can't. Hey, Chris, you're a widower as well. You are? So what are you going to do tonight, buddy? I did not know that about you. See? Didn't know these things. This is why this is great, because we just learn more about each other every day. I love it. Happy Valentine's Day, Lisa from Seymour. So Melinda says, my husband and I go out on a day other than Valentine's Day. Probably a good idea because otherwise it's busy. But I will be making a delicious baked salmon with a hot pepper glaze tonight. Ooh, that sounds amazing. You're making me hungry now. Oh, yeah. Happy hump day. Chocolate-covered strawberries, homemade day. Nice. Yeah, we're making, we made some, cake pop last night. The kids and my wife did. And chocolate-covered strawberries today for dessert. So those are always a bonus. Good morning, Wes. So Teresa's going to be waiting until Saturday to celebrate. I'm working until 8 o'clock tonight, but happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Well, Teresa, I hope you have a wonderful celebration on Saturday night for Valentine's Day. How do I make them? I'm assuming you're asking about crab legs. We steam them, which, if that's what you're talking about, we steam them. So we have this giant, we used to have this really giant, big old pot that we bought years and years ago when we first started this this tradition, because we didn't have a pot big enough to cook all the crab legs. And so we went out and bought one. Well, we've had it for years. And then my son took it and used it for a toy at one point. So now it's ruined. So actually I have to go out and buy us a new big steam stock pot type of thing today, because we now don't have one. If that's what you're talking about, king crab legs, 10 minutes. 10 minutes into a steamer, and that's all you need. And because, they're already cooked, you just have to steam them and warm them back up. But if you do it too long, they stick to the shells. So you don't want to do that. 10 minutes is all you need. Same with lobsters. Lobsters only take about 10 to 12 minutes as well. Kimberly says, throw me a steak any day. Yeah. And I actually sous vide my steak. So we got these big old fillets. So what we've done a lot in years past too, is if you go to Costco, you can buy them in like the 7 to 10 pound boxes for the king crab legs. But you're going to have to spend whatever it is per pound. So say $30 a pound to make the math easy. You get 10 pounds, that's $300. But you're like, I don't want 10 pounds. So a buddy of mine and I, we've done this for years, last few years anyways. We'll split a box. And actually Costco got smart. They dumbed them down to 7.5 pound boxes. So now we both ended up with 3.5, 4 pounds of 3.5 pounds of crab legs. And so it makes it a lot more cost efficient. So I spent $130 for 2 giant fillets and 7.5 pounds of king crab legs. Can't go wrong with that. For $130, you go out to dinner, you're going to easily spend $130, right? Anybody have any good drinks of choice for Valentine's? I always like to go buy myself a special beer for Valentine's Day and holidays, like Christmas and New Year's. I'll probably go to the store and buy a little bit more of an expensive big bottle of beer to enjoy. Something a little bit special, something that's got a little bit more flavor than your traditional just classic beer. So I'll probably be doing that as well here. $40 a pound at most restaurants. I'd think not, Buck. Really? Crab in the Keys was 45 pounds, 3 small bites. Yeah, that's crazy. And probably you're talking about king stone crab. And I had stone crab. When we're talking lobsters as well, now, have you ever had warm water lobsters versus cold water? Like Maine is cold water lobsters, and then you can have some lobsters that come from the Caribbean. They're warm water lobsters. Have you had them? If you love lobster and you like cold water lobsters, like Maine lobsters, probably don't give the warm water lobsters a try. Did not like them one single bit. They were awful. I don't know why, but I've had people say, they vice versa. They like the warm water ones versus the cold water ones. So to each their own, right? That's what makes the world go round. Oh, that's nice, Alex. Alex had a nice dinner at home with music with rose petals. Alex, there we go. Like your style there, buddy. How do you make your crab legs? Yeah, steam them for 10 minutes in a big old pot. Eva's a widow, and she spends most of the day with your family, and that's awesome. It's so nice to have family, isn't it? I wish our family was a little bit closer. I do miss them a lot. Jorge, it's Jorge's birthday today. Happy birthday, Jorge. How was that celebrating your birthday on Valentine's Day your entire life, huh? Does your birthday kind of get pushed aside, or do you just combine them and say, okay, well, It's an extra special birthday because we get to do some extra special stuff since it's Valentine's Day. Good morning, Robert. He's joining us from Sono this morning. Oh, Buck. Root canal, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Took my better half to Ruth's Chris on Monday. That's always a good place. They have a good happy hour as well. Yes, they do. And great food. Tammy, have a wonderful day as well. Hey, Tammy, I messaged you. Did you happen to get all of your merch that I sent you? Have you received everything? Just let me know in the chat or message me privately. I messaged you to try to see because there's a couple people that I have merch sitting over here. Some of them hasn't been, they haven't officially bought it yet, so I can't send it out yet. But there's some other ones that I was trying to get to, and I'm wondering if you actually got yours, Tammy, so let me know. Katrina said, yeah, cold water lobster is tasty for sure. Lobster on a cruise ship. There we go. Bobby says, so glad my birthday landed 4 days later on the 18th. So you didn't have to compete with Valentine's Day, huh? Because, if you don't have reservations in some of these restaurants tonight, you're not going to get in. You have not received it yet. Okay, Tammy, I apologize. Really do apologize. I will get that out to you today, okay? Today. I literally have piles of shirts and umbrellas. And again, a lot of you who have asked for umbrellas, I'm going to get those to you. Actually, I'm running out. I think I'm going to be delivering my last one today, with the exception of some that still need to be delivered or shipped anyways. So I'll be getting those to you soon. Chris, you're waiting for your email to buy your shirt. I will get that to you today too as well. Can you just do me a favor, Chris? Just a huge favor. Just message me right back. Mike at eastTNweather.com. Let me know the color and the size that you want. And then I'll have your email address. So probably has gotten buried in some of these emails. I tried to separate my emails where if you bought merch, it went to a certain area. If you bought, wanted advertisement, it went to a certain email account or a certain section of my emails. And now it's just gotten all discombobulated. So trying to get reorganized here, my friends. So Chris, if you don't mind, message me back, Mike at eastTNweather.com, size, color, and then I'll send you a link here right away. I will get that shipped out today as well. I'm going to meet Lee here to deliver his umbrella to him. And again, some of you have been asking about umbrellas. I have more ordered, so they are in order. I will probably just bring them to the meet and greet unless you can't make it, and then I'll try to ship those out. But if you did order an umbrella or any sort of merch, some of you have not paid for your merch yet, so I've sent you a one-time payment link and some reminders. So if you've not paid that yet, make sure you go into those emails. Check your junk mail and go pay that, because I can't ship it unless you pay for it, right? It's not like try it before you buy it type of thing. Had a nice conversation with another radio group, by the way, yesterday. And it looks like East Tennessee Weather is going to be joining another radio group hopefully soon. So that would be, 3 different radio groups, hopefully, that I will be on. So that's great. Hey, did you see the picture on social media? Went and had an interview with Vicky over at PBS yesterday. And so she invited me to come to PBS yesterday and just talk about what I'm doing and how it's all playing out and literally how I got to where I am today and my career. And so that's going to be coming up on PBS, East Tennessee PBS. I'll let you know, of course, in the month of March. And so they're going to edit it. I got to send them some good old classic footage of when I first started off in the business and stuff like that. So I look like a teeny tiny tyke. I looked like I was 10, and I was awful. Still awful, but I practice every day. But that was a lot of fun to sit down and really I love telling my story because I don't have a traditional weather story. I'm not like a kid that was like 5 years old, saw thunderstorms, was like, oh, that's what I want to do. I accidentally kind of got into the weather field, tried to get out multiple times, ended up going back to college to decide, because I was like, if I don't learn about weather, then I'm never going to like it. And so I went back to 3 years of school, and here I am 24 years later. So here we are, my friends. Here we are. Let's see. Free lobster. Oh, Pat, I'm so sorry. Pat says we are doing a receiving of friends this evening for my sister. Please keep my family and your thoughts and prayers with your family. Thoughts and prayers to your family, Pat. So sorry about that. We've been dealing with much more of the same. Actually got some terrible news yesterday from a good friend back in Colorado. And so it's just like my wife and I looked at each other last night. We're like, what is going on with this year? January and February so far, we've just had a lot of Debbie Downers in our life. I mean, with the loss of a really good friend, I've been to three funerals so far this year. Awful. So we're praying for you. Pat, you and your family. Alex, I don't have 4X. I have 3X. So I have small to 3XL. I don't have 4X. You guys are so awesome. I love how you all chime into the conversation. When somebody puts something personal on here, we uplift people. We encourage them. We're giving you prayers. I mean, I think this is amazing. I love you all for doing that. I mean, there's not a negative person on here ever, and we're all lift each other up. So that's just the nicest thing ever. You guys are just amazing. You make my day every day. All right, should we wrap up here this morning? It's now 7:26. So I'll give another forecast here. We'll talk about those weather headlines. Temperatures this morning are on the chillier side. We're now currently in the 30s. We're on our way into the 50s here throughout the day today. So it's a chilly start, but warmer weather on the way. Partly cloudy on Thursday as a weak cold front heads our way. Maybe a sprinkle or two. Not expecting much. There's a shot for some light rain and light snow showers Friday night and Saturday morning. That really should be about the extent of it. So no major issues when it comes to rain and or snow. And really, looking ahead over the next 10 days, not much in the way of snow anyways, or even colder air. Now, we'll cool down this weekend, but a quick little shot of chillier air, but that should be about the extent of it. Here's your Valentine's Day forecast. By noon, we're at 51, warming into the upper 50s as the kids head home from school. As we get into the evening hours, we will start to see those temperatures drop, so we'll top out in the 50s and 60s today. And then if you have evening plans tonight, we'll see temperatures go from the low 50s by 6 into the low 40s by 10. Depending on how late you may be staying out. When the overnight lows tonight, we'll be clear, so it's going to be a clear and cold and maybe a little frosty in some locations tomorrow morning if you park outside, but warming nicely with increasing clouds. We start off sunny. We'll see mostly cloudy skies by the end of the day as this frontal boundary swings our way. And when you look at your 7-day temperature trend, big old dip in those temperatures Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be on the chilly side. Skies clear, though, so remember, we'll wake up Saturday morning with some wet roads in the valley, and some light snow showers across the higher terrain. And then we'll warm back into the 50s and 60s as we get into next week. And as I mentioned, we may be rounding out the month of February, possibly average to maybe slightly above average. We'll see how it all plays out. But we may be starting March off like a lion. So we'll see how that plays out as well. It's only the 14th, so we still have 15 more days or so to this year, I believe somebody said it was a leap year. I think it is. So is there 29 days this month? I don't know. Let's look. There are 29 days this month. So could you imagine having a birthday on the 29th of February? Anybody on the chat that has a birthday on the 29th? Like, you're not as old as we think you are. All right. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. We sure hope you have a wonderful and safe day. Don't forget to check out the chat. I'll be posting some stuff. Remember, if you have some great traditions, just fire away on social media. I will be posting our crab legs and our food later on today. Maybe I'll do some cooking on social media later. Maybe not. We'll see how the day goes. Anyways, we sure hope you have a great day. Be safe and be kind to each other. Life is short, as we all know. I'm so sorry for all your losses. Hey, be safe today. Enjoy the sunshine, and have a wonderful and safe Valentine's Day, everybody. We'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher bright and early, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rusty's exclusive, no-charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price won't be the problem at Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Sure hope you have a wonderful and safe day. Beautiful sunshine and warmer temperatures than what we saw yesterday. Albeit on the chilly side to start the day. We're going to see partly cloudy skies on Thursday. We have a shot of some rain and snow Friday night and Saturday morning. Doesn't look like it's a huge storm system by any stretch. And a chilly but sunny Sunday is in store. So here's your Valentine's Day forecast. We start off in the 30s. We climb into the low 50s by noon. Kids heading home from school will be in the upper 50s. And our goal today is going to be in the upper 50s to near 60 degrees across the central and southern valley and low to mid 50s across upper East Tennessee. Into the evening hours we go for our dinner plans. If you have dinner tonight, we're going to be right around, like I said, 53, right around 6 by 8 o'clock down into the mid to upper 40s and low 40s by 10 o'clock here tonight. So really nice Valentine's Day ahead of us under sunny and warm conditions. Warmer weather tomorrow, but a weak dry cold front swings its way into the area. We'll talk about that and talk about your 3-day forecast as we round out this work week. All right, let's pick up our timeline on Thursday morning. We start off on the chilly side, and once again, we're going to be in the low to mid, maybe a few pockets of upper 30s across the southern valley, but not a lot of frost developing Thursday morning. However, we'll see increasing clouds, a little bit of a breeze as a weak dry cold front swings its way into the area. We'll see those temperatures climb into the low 60s during the afternoon and evening hours. You can see our futurecast picking up on plenty of sunshine early on. Here come the cloud coverage, anyways, as this weak cold front starts to swing its way into the area. Again, notice that we don't have any precipitation out there. Maybe a sprinkle or two, and that really should be about the extent of it. 3-day forecast, 61 degrees on Thursday. Friday, we're at 60, increasing clouds. Pleasant, though, and that's associated with a storm system that's going to bring us some light rain and snow Friday night into Saturday morning. Early morning rain expected across the valley locations, but some higher elevation snow is possible as we get started on our Saturday. We'll continue to talk about your extended 7-day forecast and the big picture weather pattern. How does this all evolve over time? Details on that in just a moment. Recapping those weather headlines and then showing you the big picture weather pattern. Not much to show you actually over the next couple of days, but it's a chilly start. We'll see sunny and warmer weather conditions, partly cloudy on Thursday as a weak dry cold front swings on in, and a chance for some rain and snow as we get into our Friday night and Saturday. Now notice 20% chance. Yeah, most of the activity is going to come through Friday night while we're sleeping. And as we wake up on Saturday, it will start to exit the area. So here's what it looks like on the Futurecast. Picking up on our timeline on Friday, running into Saturday. You can see how the storm system is going to swing its way through. Better chance for snow up in Kentucky and Ohio. However, some models have some wraparound moisture and could see a light dusting of snow across the plateau and the mountains. It doesn't look like it's going to add up to a whole lot. Now, rainfall outlook, we're still looking at the possibility from now through next Tuesday, the possibility of maybe upwards of a quarter of an inch of rain in some locations. You can see most of the snow on this model forecast is a little bit further to the north, but some models have a little bit more, a little bit further south. It still looks like it's going to be higher elevation snow. So Cumberland Plateau, southeast Kentucky, southwest Virginia, and the Smoky Mountain National Park. Something to keep in mind. Other than that, it's going to stay on the chilly side as we get into the weekend. When you look at your temperatures, we'll be above average all the way through Friday, and then below average temperatures Saturday and Sunday, with moderating temperatures next Monday and Tuesday time frame. And low temperatures will be in the 20s and 30s. So we're talking about some chillier air, at least for overnight lows, to arrive as we get into the upcoming weekend. right, recapping everything we just talked about. And of course, we'll talk more about this throughout the day today. But a beautiful Valentine's Day ahead of us. We start off on the chilly side. By noon, we're in the low 50s. Kids heading home from school will be in the upper 50s, and I'm sure they're going to come home with a lot of candy. And then as we get into the evening hours, 6 o'clock tonight for the evening rush hour, we're right around 53. So a nice evening. Forecast highs, generally speaking, will be in the upper 50s to low 60s with some, basically mid to upper 50s from Dandridge, Jefferson County, all the way up to the Tri-Cities area. So a little bit cooler upper East Tennessee. Our forecast for dinner time here tonight, 6 to 10 o'clock. We'll see those temperatures go from the low 50s and drop into the low 40s by 10 o'clock this evening. Forecast high temperatures today are going to make it into the 50s and 60s, as I mentioned. So a really nice day ahead of us today. We stay on the warm side all the way through our Thursday and Friday time frame. But notice a big drop of those temperatures over the weekend. We have another system on the way that's going to spill in some light rain and some light snow showers for the higher elevations anyways, Friday night and a Saturday morning. So we go from the 60s all the way through Friday in Chattanooga down into the 40s and 50s Saturday and Sunday, and then moderating, I should say, nicely into the start of next week with upper 50s expected. For you folks joining us from Cumberland County, you have a better chance for some light snow showers Friday night into Saturday morning. Other than that, temperatures will be chilly Saturday with a high of only 39 degrees. We're back in the mid-40s on Sunday and then low 50s Monday and Tuesday. And for you folks joining us from Tri-Cities, we'll be in the 50s all the way through Friday, 40s for the weekend, and back into the 50s next week. But notice Sunday morning, Tri-Cities, you're going to dip down to about 21 degrees. So some chillier air is on.